Hey, all, we're back. I'm in a different car. Had some car issues, and that's why I'm in a different car today. But we're back. Anyway, let's get to it. It's a Friday. Um, there's a an overarching theme here, a big idea, and I'm going to touch on it now, and we'll keep coming back to it because I think it's one of the places in which therapy really is helpful, where therapy slash coaching comes in, and that is think back about your grade school experience or high school experience. I didn't become religious until after college, so I had the typical American upbringing. But like, what did I learn? So I learned subjects, academic subjects. You definitely learn socializing. There definitely are some life skills that are learned maybe by the way, just because they come up, fighting with someone. But it's not like part of the curriculum is emotional awareness. Part of the curriculum is learning how to be myself, learning how to live. How does a body work physically? Yes, there's sex ed, but that's in high school. But just what's normal, natural about a body? Like, we're, did any of you learn relaxation techniques? Um, how about the way that what we think about produces emotions? You know, or how about the fact that it's a choice how we choose to respond to an event, how we choose to see that event. We never learned in a more formal way, so you can't guarantee that people got like basics in the same way that you say, oh, you're in sixth grade, so mathematically you're holding here and here. It would be amazing that if the education would also provide life skills, and very much that's the core of parenting, is really teaching your children. I'm trying with my children to teach them life skills. I want them to stand on their own 2 feet, and to be able to live, to be able to deal with things, to be healthy internally, emotionally. Um, and I think that this is where a lot of the things that people come to therapy for are generated, um, because we're reacting to certain things. We're viewing ourselves, our life, in a certain way. That it's a choice. It doesn't necessarily have to review it. That, oh, people are against me. This person's out to get me. This person is trying to hurt me, um, or I'm not good enough. I don't count. I don't matter. But where were we taught that thought is a choice? That I can choose to think one thing or another. I can think that 2 plus 2 is 5 or 2 plus 2 is 4. I'm a player and a participant in my mind. My mind does not live me. I have choices as far as how I view things and others. I saw recently someone that we've been working with our own children, bullying, teaching kids how to deal with and react with bullying. It's just an amazing system, and it's so empowering to children that you're reacting to it, you're playing into these roles, but you very much have a choice. We're coming through our education, and we know our math and science and English, hopefully, but we don't really know how to live. We don't know what's normal, what's natural, and so a lot of the self-esteem struggles that we have, a lot of the depression and anxiety that we have, is we've never taught how to be in the driver's seat when it comes to our thoughts. You also have people who've been through trauma, things that mimic trauma, that look like trauma. The way that we view things, we can view. I can view something as a threat, and then as a result of it being a threat, I have an emotional reaction to it, almost as if I'm under attack. And then that produces a whole bunch of symptoms. The nervous system is now firing and triggered, but we're not really even aware of it. We're just aware of the symptoms. So then we try to knock out the symptoms. So so this is one of the areas in which therapy can be helpful. It would be ideal if we did it more preventatively. We could teach children, young people, how to live, how to be, how to function, how to be aware of their thoughts, and more of a player and a behind the driver's wheel. Here we go, literally the driving. Let's drive our own lives. But teaching life skills, and that's often therapy sessions will switch into that kind of a role, of a coaching role, where education needs to be given of what's possible and potential, and then a client can make more choices for themselves and be more aware of the fact that they don't have to continue to see themselves in certain ways that they were taught to see themselves, or to view things in ways that they viewed before, because there is a choice that's there. There's a choice in your thoughts as how you'll view yourself and instances that are coming up, and also we can gain awareness of the body. That's why mindfulness is extremely popular right now. Relaxation, meditation techniques, the power of exercise, becoming more in touch with my body and how it works, how it will impact me, how I can feel emotionally when my body's basic needs are not being met. Will have an emotional impact. All these things are learning how to live. And therapy needs to have some of that within it, because it prevents a lot of the issues. They become non-issues. There are issues where once you get to the core, those symptoms fade away. Like some people report that they have certain symptoms, so they try to knock out those symptoms, and by doing that, it leads to other symptoms and other symptoms. Yet when they finally get to the core issue, then they go back through all those symptoms and they fade away. So we're going to keep learning how to live. We're going to learn life skills, emotional life skills, physical life skills. We're going to learn how to be ourselves, learn what's possible, and become much more behind the driver's, the steering wheel of our life, living our life and not having our life live us. All right. I'm sure people have questions about this as well, and it'll drive future videos. We'll keep talking about this, but this is a theme that we'll keep coming back to. It was on my mind because I'm seeing it myself. Personally, I'm seeing it as with my own children, trying to teach them and educate them. I came to a point. I'll end with this. I after working so much with people, incredible people, going through struggles and challenges, and seeing how a lot of the sources is in messages they picked up about life and themselves as they were growing up. How could how could I not incorporate that into the way I raise my own children? I'd like to write a book about that as well. How to try to get it right, how to try to prevent many of the struggles that we face later on as adults, try to incorporate it into the parenting skills that we do. And those of you who say, I'm so screwed up from how I was raised, so how could I now raise children? I think the opposite. You have a very clear sense of what you got and should be avoided, and what you didn't get and what needs to happen. And I think you can all do a great job. And that's another issue about how through parenting a child we actually redo and can fix some of the ways in which we were off in our own upbringing. But anyway, we're going to keep on learning how to live and enjoying the way that takes care of some of our emotional issues and struggles. All right, have a good one. Whoa, have a good one.